Welcome friends. Today in the kitchen we are making ricotta or ricotta, which is fresh cheese made from whey. At least in the sort of OG, original, old school way, it's made from whey. And whey is what's left over from cheese making. So, in a previous episode we made two kinds of cottage cheese. One made with vinegar and one made with rennet, which has left us with two pots of whey. And you can tell them apart because the pot that is a really white, opaque whey was made with vinegar, and the one that's sort of clear and yellow was made with rennet. Now, most online recipes for ricotta say to take whole milk, heat it up, put in an acid, either vinegar or lemon juice, and then skim out the curds, and that's your ricotta. That is more akin to a cottage cheese, which is what we made in the last episode here. And you don't even have to add anything at this point. I'm just going to bring these up to about 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and the cheese is just going to appear all on its own. So let's watch that process happen. So I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but we're at about 155 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can already see the little curds forming in this pot. Just give it a couple more minutes and you'll notice a real difference. Okay, now you should be able to see it. Look at all those curds starting to come together. And you can see the whey is starting to turn into that yellowy clear liquid that we have here with this rennet version. There's not much coming together in this one yet. So this pot at the front, we're going to get quite a bit of ricotta out of it, and I suspect that's because we got so little cottage cheese out of it in the first process. This second pot, I don't think I'm going to get much ricotta out of it at all, and that's probably because I had such a high yield of cheese in the first place. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to add a little bit of acid. This is vinegar mixed with water, and I'm just going to mix this in. And this is probably why so many online recipes tell you to add milk or cream to your whey to increase the yield. Because I have to suspect that if you're boiling real whey from real cheese making, there's not much protein left, and you're gonna have to cook a lot of whey to make any ricotta. Okay, so it's time to scoop this out. Now you can pour it into a cheesecloth lined sieve, or do as I'm doing here and pull it out with a little sieve. I'm scooping it out because I've got to tell you, we've got so much going on in the studio today. I'm out of giant bowls. So I've got a bunch of these really fine mesh scoops, and so I'm just going to scoop this out and get as much as I can. Now, this one, the curd is forming. Very small amounts of curd. So I have to say, for this amount of whey, if you're doing a traditional cheese and you've only made a small little amount, I made like 1.5 liters of milk into cheese. Trying to make ricotta, not worth it. But if you are making the acid-based cottage cheese, then making ricotta afterwards definitely is. And if you're making the acid-based ricotta from whole milk, take that first one, don't call it ricotta, call it cottage cheese, and then do this process and you'll actually have ricotta. So I think all of those other recipes stop short of where they should. But let's get Julie in here and taste test.
Okay, so this is the ricotta then. I'm guessing.
Is it ricotta? 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 I don't know. There's so many different ways to say it. I hear all kinds of
This is the
different-
whey cheese.
This is whey cheese. This is whey cheesy. Yes, so this is cheese made from whey, which is the leftover from the other cheese making processes.
All right, so just looking at it very quickly, this one looks much creamier than this one. But
Yes.
beyond that, I have no gut feeling.
Okay.
I'm assuming one is purchased.
So
Did
yeah,
you say that?
one is store bought, and one I made. So let's just
This one first?
yeah. Super creamy.
It's got a tang to it.
Yep. Anything else? Again, mouthfeel for me, It's got a grainy texture.
It's a bit gritty.
Yeah, almost like not quite sand, but
So it does make me want to guess that it's
okay.
the homemade.
No guessing.
Well, that's what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yeah, we'll taste both first. So, oh, you could have used the same spoon.
That's tough. This one is more bland
Yes.
than this one.
Yep. I like the texture on this one. The texture is firm on this one, whereas this one's creamier, but it's got that grit to me.
I find though that I like the flavor of this one better.
I like the flavor of this one better. Yeah. Me too.
I like the tang of it better.
Me too. Store-bought, homemade.
Really?
Yep.
I'm surprised because when we did the way that you made yours from came from you making cottage cheese, right?
Yes.
And that cottage cheese, when you made it,
The
had a gritty flavor. Right? The cottage cheese that it came from had a gritty flavor, had gritty
Yep.
texture to it,
Yep.
and which is why I thought, oh, it's gritty, it must be the same. But
Nope. No.
this is interesting. So, but that's the flavor that's in the cottage cheese that you made from this way. So I think it's like it took the flavor out,
Yes.
and left you this behind.
Yes. So there's it almost makes me feel that there's something going on with the store-bought, that they're making it to a flavor profile that they want.
Maybe.
Whereas this is
It could also be that the store-bought, they were making it purposefully versus
Yes.
being a second product that
Second
you've already
product.
taken out of something.
which could be. I mean, if we could find authentic, real ricotta. I mean, this is
What's available in the store nearby.
Canada supermarket ricotta.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I feel a trip to some cheese making nation.
yeah.
Yeah, no, not anytime soon. But
So I mean, and it's not bad. I would cook with
No,
that. I would
I-
definitely cook with that, and the flavor is okay. It's just that flavor is better.
but that texture's better.
So take
no win.
from it what you will. Yes, there's no clear winner in this case. I don't think. Thanks for stopping by. See you again
Enjoy
soon.
your day.
Okay, I need a shot of just